It might take place a couple more times during the filming. So it's just a fun stuff. Okay, I don't see it at the moment. Once I find it, do we need those?
What is this? Yes, we do.
Okay, let's go back to the hair and makeup. Okay, do we need this? I think so. Right? Okay, so let's keep organizing. Once I find this thing I'm talking about, I'll tell you. I want to really have Abigail eyes to sparkle.
All the brushes together.
All right, well, let's go ahead and continue to get all the brushes because we're going to clean the ones that need to be cleaned.
Okay, show how do you clean the brushes.
All right.
Ready?
You want me to?
Yes. Do you need more space for it? Do you need to clean that stuff always, or you need more space, or you just do it with your hands?
That's fine. You have to have it over a sink because you got to run
Okay, we're
water.
gonna have a sink
All right.
here. Careful, don't put it on the mic. Let me move the mic away.
Ooh.
Abigail, careful.
Oh, this is very powerful.
Learn how to play with it. You want me to hold it for you?
Okay, there we go. So go ahead and wet the brush. You want to keep it going down. You want to keep all the bristles going the same exactly. You don't want to mess them up. Go ahead and use application. See how all the makeup's coming out of the brush? You want to rinse it off. Play with it a little bit, like you're doing your makeup. And you want to apply again.
And you do this after every set, so no
Yeah.
dirt
So-
gets to the. So when Abigail comes to your wedding, she will have clean brushes. As you can see, she knows how to clean them.
You don't want to leave any makeup in here because it will harbor the bacteria from another person's face that you recently used the brushes on. And you want to keep your brushes as clean as possible. And you want to use warm water.
Okay, warm water. Right.
Warm water.
Do we get good sound? Okay. Can Abigail move for just a second and we go back to your assistant, your mom? What's the system? How do you organize it? What's the system? Why do you choose which goes where?
Well, I'm just organizing all the brushes so you.
Filming later. Give us 5 minutes. Okay, how do you organize them?
You want to organize all the bigger brushes, the blushes, brushes that you use for the blushes and everything. So you want to go in order, like
Do you think we need more brushes or we're good? I have enough. What do you think?
More than enough.
We have
You
more
have
than
enough.
enough?
You have enough brushes.
Okay,
You have
okay,
way
good.
more than enough brushes.
Okay.
You just got to make sure they're clean and they're easily accessible.
So
that way you're
now,
not.
since this is a primarily tutorial for the guys to learn how to do your own hair and makeup for the to be on the screen and to go to court, or if you do a union address to the nation as a president and your makeup person didn't show up. So Abigail will teach me how to do it, and I will do it under her supervision. Hopefully by the end of this video, Abigail will certify me as the professional hairbrush, makeup brush cleaner. Let me do the next one.
See how it went from brown to white to its original design. And if you do this, you can test it to make sure there's no makeup. There's none at all. So you want to squeeze it like this. Cut it out, get all the...
And how do we dry them?
You let them sit facing up.
Facing up, so all the water goes inside, Is that a good idea? I think.
I mean, sometimes when you have them down, you don't want them to press against what you have them in, because then it's going to
we
damage the
can
brushes.
we can put a paper towel, right, and put
We can
them
do that as well.
down, because this way
Yeah,
all the water
water will
goes
go
inside
down.
and stays in, and it's gonna build a bacteria
Yeah. So
inside.
if you have a tube, you don't want to put them
Yes.
upside down though. So just like in
Oh.
art class, when you wash your paintbrush, you put it up facingward because
Mhm.
you don't want to damage the brushes by putting them downwards in the
Oh,
tube.
I see.
So if you
So
have
what's the best way to dry them?
layout. Well, the best way to dry
Let
without
me-
damaging the
let me
brushes
get,
paper towel.
Can you get paper towel?
and just let them air dry. Set
So
them
like
up.
this, lay down,
Lay down flat like
but
this.
still the water will be inside here, don't you think? If the water will this way.
That's why you
it-
tap it out before.
Oh, I see.
You gotta make sure all of the water is out.
Okay,
Now you're
and
just
then
letting
lay
it
down.
dry.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's put them lay down, and so let me have next one, and I will do it under your supervision.
All right.
And Andrew, you next. So we're gonna switch at some point. The beautiful picture that you have right now is thankful to Andrew. And okay.
Don't forget the cleanser.
Oh, I need. Oh, you see, I see the color, but it's not coming off. So I guess it's been staying on this brush for a long time.
Now you see all the makeup coming out.
Oh, I see. Now I see. Andrew, can you see in the camera? Is my hand gonna cleanse also?
You gotta make sure you're rinsing while you're doing it.
Like, oh, tell me more.
Yes.
Mo-
And make sure you get the sides and spray some more on there. Because it's caked up and deep in the bristles.
Is it just the color in the back or the end, or
Some
it's-
brushes have like a color to them
Why?
naturally. Because that's how they design them, you
Okay.
know.
But why?
I don't know. Everybody designs their brushes different. I've seen brushes with white and then pink tips,
Mhm.
brushes with white red
Is it
tips.
helps to see the more makeup, or it's just? Do you think it's enough, or I need more?
Let's see. You might need just a little bit more, and make sure you get on the sides, like to make see as if you're applying it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get some more cleanser on it to make sure it's clean. Especially since that brush has a brown color to it.
Wow, it's a very lengthy process. I can see. It's a lot of work.
Alright, make sure you squeeze it down like that and tap it out. Get all the water. Both sides. Alright.
Okay, so let me do one more, and let me know when you can qualify
Let's
me.
try this one. This one has red in it. And the brush looks like it's supposed to be a brown color.
Okay, so they're not coming off. So let's see if definitely warm water can help. Yes, there's red. Any other advice while I'm doing this
While
for
you're
the
doing that?
audience?
We're gonna make sure we get all clean. Make sure you clean all of your brushes after each use because you don't want the makeup to stay and cake up and build more bacteria. And then when you take the brushes and use them on another person's face, you don't want to mix. You don't want to mix. So,
Mhm.
clean brushes always. After every use, make sure you clean your brushes. It's a must.
What about the this makeup those sets? Do we clean them also?
What, the lashes?
Yes, not lash. The what do you call this?
This
Ma-
is
Makeup. This.
This is eyeshadow.
Okay,
Eyeshadow
do we
and
clean-
lip.
is
No,
there-
you don't clean. You don't clean the eyeshadow.
Okay. What do you think?
That's
do we-
why you clean the brushes before you
Brushes,
dip
yeah.
it.
Do we still need more?
Yeah,
Or
you
we-
can do disposables.
Disposables. Okay, Abigail, this stays on my hand, but is it normal?
What happened?
No, it's still red on my hand.
That's probably the makeup.
Makeup.
A makeup stain. Like you know how makeup stains your
Mhm.
clothes, and it's a red tint, so red normally does stain.
Because you can clean it after use.
And because it took a while before you cleanse the brushes.
After we don't clean them.
So, am I certified cleaner?
You
No.
are.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
High five.
Wow. This is super
okay.
clean.
So Andrew, would you like to take a
Yes.
shot at this? We're gonna switch another male operator. So
This one for this day.
Andrew also goes
This one.
Yeah,
in front of the
everybody.
camera and behind the camera. And
These are
this beautiful white balance and sound is thanks to Andrew. Okay, Abigail, you have your next student.
all right.
Right.
See if you've been watching.
Okay, so I clean this. I rinse it off.
Okay, let
Spray a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, spraying on.
can,
We like you're painting in art class.
Andrew, can you show your hand
Yeah.
so the audience can see? Yes. Now we see the color.
Make sure you're
Okay.
rinsing it. Constant water flow to rinse the water out.
Make sure I get all the makeup off.
Andrew, have you done makeup before?
I never done makeup before. This is my first time.
Okay.
This is my first time ever.
Gentlemen, you can learn makeup. For the filmmaker or photographer like Andrew, it will be a very helpful experience if, let's say, you film with your model and you don't have. Hold on a second. I need to take off the headset because I hear myself twice. So it's really important to
One more time.
kind of be able to do
No, couple of times.
Yeah, that
your
one's
own
dirty.
makeup and hair. I think every photographer and every filmmaker
squeezing it
should
out,
have
too.
that kind
Yeah,
of basic
right out.
experience.
Squeeze it under the
Because
water.
let's say you book the studio,
Use your
right?
finger since it's so small. and
You
do
book
it
the
this
studio
on
for
the
like
brush.
a couple of hours, and your makeup person comes later. The brush is not clean. If you do it as two people, it's twice the time. So you can film with the model more, but otherwise you have to wait for the model. So it's a waste of studio time, right, Andrew?
Yes, sir.
And
Don't want to waste time.
so that's why every filmmaker, every photographer have to take our class how to do makeup and hair. And as you can see, we have not only beautiful but knowledgeable makeup expert, Abigail, with her assistant. And how do you pronounce your name?
Skeeter. Skeeter.
Skeeter. Okay. Audience, please forgive me if I need to ask a couple more times before I remember. But, hopefully you will know that if you hire Abigail, she's coming with assistant Skeeter. And Skeeter knows a thing or two about being on the set.
Okay.
A little
I love
side
this
note,
stuff.
last week on Thursday we filmed a little bit of Brick, and obviously Abigail came with her manager Skeeter. And did you guys like it there?
Oh yeah, it was beautiful. The shoot was amazing.
Like the pictures?
The pictures were just
Beautiful.
spectacular.
And we have
They were
small
beautiful.
ones. Once I give you the large size, and it's not even edited. It's just color
Yeah,
correct
and
as it
that's
comes
what I
over the
say.
camera.
It was
So once we do
The
better
editing.
editing, it will look way better.
that was beautiful.
And you have not seen the footage that Andrew did.
No,
but I
we have
think
not.
It's amazing. So
Yes,
today
we're super excited to
Yeah,
see
this
that.
gonna be great.
Andrew, you
Oh,
guys,
man.
Andrew is just amazing. You guys have to check out Episcope film.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, he does amazing
We make
work.
magic. We
So
make
you see,
magic.
we do a little bit of product placement in our hair and makeup set for the Andrew, who is a filmmaker.
Yeah.
And let's go back to the makeup set. What do you think? Should I move the camera so I can have it on the hands, or it's just leave it steady on tripod?
Leave it steady.
Leave it steady?
Yeah, just move it around.
Okay.
I think I cleaned this right. Thanks to Abigail.
Yes, it's gonna have a little tint left just because
That's the color of it. And then
No,
the
this one
makeup
was-
been there for a while.
it's been there for a while. So you might just
Abigail, what do you think if we put in the cup a little bit of cleanser and put the
and let it soak.
soap?
We can try that and see how much left of the. Oh shoot, we'll take out.
So
Do you have a
that's
cup?
how about we?
Perfect.
Okay. No,
Oh,
not
let's do
not the
straight
water.
cleanser. Yeah, let's do the straight cleanser to see.
Okay, take it out.
Yeah, how much?
So if your brush has been in the makeup for a long time, it's a
Pour
good
a little bit
idea
more.
to just put the brush and the cleanser and make it soak. Do you want to put all the other brushes
Put some
also?
more water in it.
So they all kind of sink in?
Okay. Get all of these. Now let's go ahead and just open this up, make it easy.
I have a bigger bottle there.
So I guess you want to soak your brushes in the cleanser.
Yeah.
So when you're
Okay.
dealing with lots of brushes and big production, like lots of models or a big fashion show, that's probably would be a good way of
Oh, no, this cup's too small.
soak those.
I'll just put that clean first and then do that.
You want to clean these next?
Do you want to try a big one, Andrew, or you want to?
Yeah, let me try to
Probably.
do one.
Let's see how much dirt that one has caked up.
Okay.
Gentlemen, if you sign up for those classes, that's basically what you get to experience. You not only you're gonna learn how to do your own makeup for the to be in front of the camera and to be in front of the judge, and we will teach you like step by step. You're gonna get basically a written manual what to do and what. Usually girls knows what to do, but the guys like me who are straight guys and don't do our own makeup, that would be your first time and something that we under Abigail supervision, you will learn those skills, okay? And you get to clean some brushes, and when you walk away after the seminar, after the class, you will have the starter kit, which will have all the brushes that you need for you to do your makeup on your own.
One more, that's it.
And the proper brushes, Abigail will select for you what you need to have, okay?
Was it a lot? Oh yeah, it's a whole new color. Make sure you do like on your palm,
Mhm.
because it's a big brush.
Okay.
So get all of it out from on your palm. Spray it one more time.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, don't be too rough on the bristles. You don't want to damage it.
Okay.
But make sure
Yes.
you're getting in there.
Because otherwise they will come off the hair.
Okay.
You want your brushes to last you longer. Some
Make sure you
brushes are very
squeeze.
expensive,
Yes, they are.
and you
Mhm.
need to be very delicate with them so that they have their consistency and strength.
Okay. Okay, this came out great.
Yes.
You see,
Look
once
at
we
that.
certify Andrew from this class,
Yay, high
he
five.
will not
Learn a
be
little
only a
bit.
filmmaker, but
Yeah.
he will be a certified makeup and hair expert on his own production. So that will be.
The one thing my model might, my makeup artist might not come, might not make it, so I might have to
Yep.
take in charge. Got to do what I got to do.
Oh, this is for hair. Found another hair product.
What do you think if I move the camera a little further and we get much more wider angle?
Yeah, you can.
What do you think? Let's stop.
So you can catch.